Hey there, it's John Morris from the onboarding team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Just wanted to talk to you about this form, the Counteroffer to or modification of the unaccepted original offer. This is quite simply known as the Counteroffer Form. So if you're representing a buyer, you're putting in an offer on behalf of your buyers, or you're representing the seller and you have received an offer and you'd like to counter that offer, this would be the form that you would use. So in this form, you're going to put in a date up here and a time. So if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock p.m. on the July 16th, you're going to put that date in here. You're going to reference the original purchase and sales contract for the property and put in that date. What you're going to do on this form is make sure that you put in the items that are only being countered. If, for example, the buyer has requested $10,000 in closing costs and you want to counter that offer and only put in $5,000, then that is the only thing that you would put in here. I want you to pay attention to this. The sections not filled in or marked NA shall not be part of this counteroffer and shall remain the same as set forth in the original offer. I don't like leaving anything blank, so I'm going to put in NA or 0. I generally, where there's an opportunity for somebody to put something in, I'm going to put something in. I would put the closing date as the same date. That I wouldn't necessarily worry about. But in this situation, $5,000 is what we would be countering if I had received the offer and was countering it back on behalf of my sellers. Now, if I didn't have that, but I was a buyer, and let's say, we came in low. Let's say the house was priced at $300,000. We came in at $250,000. The seller countered at $290,000. I'm going to come back with a counter now at $285,000. And I may not fool with closing costs here, or I might put in, $285,000 and $5,000 in closing costs. So you can have multiple blocks filled out. You can change the law firm, the date of closing, the time of closing, how earnest money is being handled. And you can also write a few things here, such as what would go here would be something along the lines of, refrigerator in the kitchen to remain with the sale of the property. It may be on the seller's disclosure that it's being taken, but at this price, with an increased price, you might want the refrigerator, or you might want a home warranty, or something would be filled in here. So that's an example of what would go in here. The other thing you've got to make sure that you fill in here is these two blocks here. Additional pages are not attached. And then secondly, the time limit. How long are you going to make this counteroffer live for? How long are you going to keep it open for? So you would put in here a date and a time, and after that, this offer technically expires. So if the party that you're sending it to doesn't get back in touch with you, then you have to create a new counteroffer. You can have multiple counter offers, and all of the counter offers should be put here together and kept together as a contract. And as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give your broker a call, or remember that once this counter offer is there, once it's agreed to by all parties down here, you then go ahead and bind it and remember to upload it to DTR for the property that you're working on.